Hey, what's going on? My name is Coach Lee Hopkins, and my pronouns are he, him, his, and you're listening to the Patterns of Possibility podcast. This is a podcast dedicated to helping you replace harmful patterns with new possibilities. In each episode, we'll explore topics that inspire you to be yourself, live your truth, and make lasting connections. In this episode, we're going to talk about loving yourself. So here are 3 signs, that's what I want to talk about, that you love yourself. Because, it's so hard to love yourself or even know what that is or what direction to start. And I know I talked about this some episodes ago, but it really is a key piece in connecting with other people. So what I'm going to do in this episode is share with you 3 things that people who love themselves do. So if you're not doing these things, you can move into that direction of really loving and connecting with yourself. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is about loving yourself, and I don't know if you can hear something different in my voice, but I have been unwell for a few days. I'm on the upside of it. I'm recovering. I feel so good, but I'm here to talk about that. I'm just letting you know, if you hear something different in my voice, it's because of me not feeling well. But I am doing a lot better. The whole point of this episode really is to talk about this connection with yourself, loving yourself, the 3 signs. That's what you're here for. And of course, learn a little bit about me every single time we chat, we talk here. But the signs that you love yourself. Now, if you're first time listening, I have a conference that happens in February, the weekend before Valentine's Day. It's called Love Yourself First. And the reason why I do this is because loving yourself first is really key to connecting with anybody. We've been told as a society that you have to prioritize romantic love. You have to disregard yourself. And we grow up into this thing where we don't know who we are and what we really do want. We don't have enough time to explore those things. And my own personal experience was, you should know to love yourself first. You should go do that. It should be easy for you to figure that stuff out. It's your fault that you're in these bad relationships. It's your fault that you're not hanging out with people who really care and appreciate you because you haven't loved yourself first. And it just felt so shameful and so frustrating to me. And that's why I come out with this stuff, because sometimes, I know for me, but hearing you gotta love yourself first feels so painful, and it hurts it disregards the feelings that I had about that. Because when I turn around and say, hey, how do you love yourself? Okay, all right, I should have loved myself first. Okay, great. I'm shamed, I'm guilted, I didn't know what I needed to know, but now you're going to tell me, right? And then the answer is no. Nobody could really tell me what the steps were. How do you actually make an effort to do? What does it look like? It's not retail therapy where you go and spend a bunch of money on Amazon because you're treating yourself to things. It's not that. It's something that is a little more intimate with yourself and an understanding of yourself. So I want to flip this understanding of loving yourself. I want to shift it towards making it mean understanding yourself. So this is what I talk about. Anytime you hear love yourself first, it really means to understand yourself, understand you and who you are and how you show up, your feelings, what it is you like and what you don't like. That's just step 1. That's step 1. So with all that prefaced right there, in my healing journey and understanding more about myself and helping other people understand more about themselves so they can connect with others, I've learned 3 things. I've seen 3 signs of these people who really do love themselves. This is how they show up. They care about how they think and feel before anybody else. I know that's so selfish, but don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. That's what they told us so that we don't believe in ourselves. We second guess. We are subject to gaslighting and things like that. When you love yourself first, the world is completely different and you are focusing on yourself. Now listen. Selfish is okay. It's okay. You have to love yourself first before you connect with anybody else. This is where you start using boundaries and putting stuff up like that. So, the three things that I have noticed is the first one is really, really important. I've noticed about people who love themselves first is that they don't feel like they need to be around people to feel complete. It's a big one. I don't feel like I need to be around you to be okay with myself. I don't need your approval. I don't need anyone's approval or agreement with me. I don't need your support if I want to go do a 50,000 piece puzzle, or if I want to spend $2,000 on a rare Pokemon card, or if I want to just pack up and go for 2 days on a hike somewhere. I don't need you to enjoy or like or give me props, or give me approval to do the things that I want to do. I can go to a movie by myself. I can go to dinner by myself. Those kind of things where you're not really looking for someone else to approve your actions and behaviors, because you are focused solely on how you feel about that experience and you find that you enjoy that experience. You don't need anyone to make it any better. Well, you don't need anyone to have that joy for the experience with you, but certainly having someone with you at that time would make it better for you. But you could take it or leave it. That's the key. You could take it or leave it. So number one is that you don't need to be around people to feel complete. The second one is you don't run away from the drama in your life. You see value in owning your mess. Now, this is a fun one. You're really emotionally connected to yourself. And you can handle the mistakes. You can handle being the villain in somebody else's story. You can handle all of those things that come with being alive, those uncomfortable feelings, and you're not trying to run away from it. You know that there's value in talking it out. And here's the key about loving yourself and how it attaches to that. It attaches to it because when you love yourself, you understand that your value, what you feel, what you do, what you say, is not steeped in anybody else's experience with you, right? It's not in their experience with you. So how they feel about you being a villain in their life is not going to make you any less. You love yourself. You know that this is the part of who you are and what you've done in the past, perhaps what you will do in the future. You have mercy, you forgive yourself, you have understanding of who you are and how you show up. You're not ashamed of it. You don't run away from it. This is what it means when you love yourself. You understand, this is me. This is me. Of course, there's some evaluation there too. If you had an impact on someone you didn't desire, then you can change that. But you only change it because you want to, not because somebody else is pressuring you or forcing you to. You see the value in the relationship and you adjust because you feel it deep inside of you. That's how people change. That's how people connect. So that's the second sign of you loving yourself. This is what I've noticed in people. These are things that I do. I'm not ashamed of the experiences that I've had with people, and they can tell me about myself. They can tell me about myself, and I can own that stuff. I'm not running away from it. So the second thing is that you don't run away from the drama in your life. You see value in owning your own mess. You see that. And the third one, the third one is that, well, you believe people when they show you who they are. This is showing trust in other people. Like, you trust yourself and you trust other people to be themselves. Okay, so how does this relate to loving yourself? What that love for yourself and understanding, remember I say love is understanding. So you're out here and you see other people acting a fool and doing hurtful things to you, and you second guess. You're like, oh man, I don't know if they really meant to do that. You focus on their intentions. They're a kind person at heart. They just did it wrong, and they didn't get the result that they thought that they were going to get. They didn't mean any harm, but they did hurt me. And you get kind of like, oh man, I don't know where to go or how to feel about this. But what we do as people who love ourselves, or I've seen in other people as well who love themselves, and that's just understand, It's just understand themselves, understand how they feel about their experiences. They tune into the feeling that they have about the experience that they've had, and they stop tuning into the intention of the person. And we haven't been taught to bridge that gap. We really haven't been taught to talk about how we feel about our experiences. We've really been taught, and their default is to think about their intentions. Assume positive intent, even though they really hurt me. They said something mean to me or mean about me, or they didn't get me the gift, or they didn't listen to me. They stepped on my foot. They did all kinds of things to me that really hurt me in some way. And we'd like erase that feeling, erase it right away. Like, oh, nope, I can't feel that. That's not right. I have to focus on their intention. I got to be happy about this experience that I'm having with them. And when you start talking about that experience that you're having with them, you share that with them, you will start to see more about who they are. So here's the thing. They do something that hurts you, upsets you. Let's say they stepped on your foot. Oops. It seems like an innocent accident. No big deal. So you tell them about how you feel. Ouch, that really hurt. They really hurt. And you watch how they respond to things like that. How did you feel about that? They responded to you. Like when they stepped on your foot and you told them, ouch, that hurt. What did they do? How did they respond? They're like, oh no, I'm so sorry. It'll never happen again. Okay, great. I'm glad that you're on the same page with it. I don't like it. Don't do it again. And then week later, oops, stepped on your foot again, man. Scuffed up those fresh Jordans or whatever you're wearing. Ouch, man, you stepped on the foot again. You did the thing that hurt me, and you said you wouldn't do it again. And I've got to tell you about how you hurt me again. And they're like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It's not a big deal. And the third time it happens, they step on your foot again. Are you going to believe their words that they didn't mean to do it? Okay, fine. Believe them. Believe that they didn't mean to do it. But then, because there's nothing wrong with that. But they're really showing you who they are. Like, you're going to catch things like this. They're showing you who they are. Essentially, they didn't mean to do it, but they weren't careful enough not to step on your foot. They're still not paying attention to you. So when people show you things like this, you believe them. You believe, oh, this isn't what I want to experience with you. And it seems like you don't care about the experience that I have with you. So this is the third thing. And I think this is a really powerful and important thing to notice. You believe people when they show you who they are. You don't make up excuses. You don't think about their intentions over your feelings. Your feelings come first. Feelings come first, always. So this is what I talk about. Loving yourself first is the key to making these meaningful connections. These 3 signs to love yourself is, number 1, you don't need to be around people to feel complete. Number 2, you don't run away from the drama in your life because you're the villain in somebody's story, and it's all right. Number 3, you believe people when they show you who they are.
Hey, Patterns of Possibility fam. If you'd like a little more guidance and hands-on support, then I've got great news. You can hire me as your own personal coach. Go to patternsofpossibility.com/coaching to apply for individual or group coaching. In this 12-week program, I'm going to help you make the meaningful connections that you deserve. After this coaching program, I promise you'll be able to do 3 things. 1, you'll be able to clearly identify who belongs in your tribe and who doesn't. Say goodbye to those people who are wishy-washy, you're unsure of. No, you will know for certain whether or not they deserve to be in the same space with you. And second, you are going to know that your thoughts and feelings are valid and worth expressing. So if you do have feelings about your friends not holding up boundaries or not holding up space for you or not meeting your needs, then you are not going to shy away from telling them. You will be able to communicate your boundaries in a clear, concise manner and advocate for yourself in your relationships. And finally, you are going to learn how to start and stop conversations with strangers and steer them towards topics that are interesting and important to you. I don't know about you, but I don't have weeks, months, years to discover whether or not me and my new friend have compatible values. If you know what you're looking for, you can discover if you're compatible in just a few conversations. If all this sounds good to you and you're ready to make those meaningful connections, go to patternsofpossibility.com/coaching to find out more information. Again, go to patternsofpossibility.com/coaching to find out more information. I look forward to working with you. Now it's time for your listener letters. If you have burning questions about your friendships and your platonic relationships with your coworkers and so forth, let me know. Write me at patternsofpossibility@gmail.com, and I might just read your letter out loud.
I'm a 27-year-old female, and I've had friends throughout my life. I've had a best friend in high school who I thought was going to be a lifelong friend. Well, that ended. Of course, that sucks. That's awful. It just happens more often than not. Your values shift and change, and, from high school to college is different. Okay, so they go on to say, I've made friends along the way, like in college, but everyone fades away. I've even tried this app to meet other people, meet other girls, and it's been a hit or miss. I met one girl, and we were the same zodiac sign, and we got along very well. She's married, and I'm not. And I really thought that me and this girl would become closer friends, but we went from talking every day to barely talking now. I'm also tired of being the one to initiate conversation or hang out all the time because I want to feel like the other person wants to stay friends and have me in their life too. Hey, nothing wrong with being chosen. People choose you and they reciprocate that energy. So put that out there. So they go on to say, I know most people are going through the same thing. It just sucks. I keep thinking I'm the problem, but I'm really trying to make friends. So what can I do? This is super frustrating and discouraging. Of course it is. That's what the whole podcast is about. And the world is really getting that reflection of, man, I need friendships rather than relationships. I don't know what side of TikTok you are on, but I keep seeing these TikToks where women say a man isn't the plan and stuff like that. And they're trying to prioritize these relationships. And I'm on the side of TikTok where men are allowed to share their feelings and they're allowed to cry about things and look to their fellow brothers to talk about those things and have the real kind of relationships that we're looking for, like to talk about things and to do fun things together, show all of our feelings to each other. And it's difficult to find those people because we don't know how. We've not been taught. We've been taught really to prioritize the relationships for the romantic things. We've been taught to prioritize our work relationships. We haven't been really taught to prioritize our friendships and making friends, going to places to meet the right people. Why is it so hard to make and keep friends? Well, because we haven't been taught to prioritize them. And once you learn how to prioritize your friendships, then you'll realize that there are a lot of people who can't. Who were like, oh no, that's maybe third or fourth behind my work and my kids and my husband or my partner. So you're all the way down there last. But in actuality, I think it's more healthy to have these platonic relationships where you talk to people about the experiences that you have, because work is going to upset you. Husband's going to upset you. Kids are going to drive you crazy or whatever. They're just taking up all your time. You don't have any time for yourself. You don't have any time for someone to talk to that understands how you feel about your experiences. So why is it hard to make friends? It's because nobody's prioritized that. And what can you do? Well, you can start prioritizing yourself and your friendships. And they're like, oh, well, Lee, didn't you read that letter? You heard me read that letter. Doesn't it sound like that's what they're doing? They're reaching out to people and doing those things? Yes, they are. They're doing the prioritization thing. But the key to making, and I tell all my clients this, and this is where we start. Step one is to understand what you're looking for in other people. And that goes to loving yourself. You know what you're looking for from other people, then you can go to those places and find the people who are doing the things. When you go to those places and you find the people who are doing the things that you like, you interact with them and see if they're going to treat you the way that you want to be treated. If they treat you the way that you want to be treated, then you can open up a little more and you can share. And it's going to be easy and effortless because everyone loves connection. We want to be around people who really fully, completely understand us. We want to be around people who gives us a little bit of understanding about, maybe a lot of understanding about something that's significant in our life, right? That's what we're looking for. And so it's going to be easier to prioritize those things when they feel good. when they feel good. You meet somebody who does the thing that you want and treats you the way that you want, you're going to want to gravitate to them. That's anything. So what we want to do is figure out, what is it that we want? Like, I used to go in the bars looking for people to play board games, and people who play board games are not in the bars, not necessarily. They are going to board game places, board game shops, and different meetups and interacting with them on that level. So if you don't know what it is that you're looking for in other people, then it's time to look within and discover more about yourself. And I would just go back to these 3 signs of loving yourself. One of the first one is that you don't need to be around people to feel complete. And that's how you attract people. Go to the places, express your feelings, do the things that are fun and joyful to you without considering other people. Enjoy spending time with yourself, and other people will gravitate to you. Or you'll naturally find people in the space doing those things that you like, and you'll be able to have a conversation with them. And then perhaps you will become friends.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you like this podcast, share with someone who you think could benefit from this information, and follow me on social media. You can find me at Patterns of Possibility on all social media. And I go live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can catch me and learn more about these social connections and interact with other people who are looking for the meaningful connections, who share the same kind of stories, and be in community. And don't forget to sign up for my newsletter at patternsofpossibility.com, where you will get actionable steps delivered to your mailbox every week. Thanks again for listening. Until next time, take care.